It's Carol coming to you from sunny Long Beach, California. And today I am going to tell you what kinds of things you could do to prepare for your first day of law school. In a nutshell, there's three things. You can hang around your school, get a feel for the area, what kinds of places there are to eat, what kind of places you're going to hang out at, and then practicing your writing is the second one, and the last one is practicing your studying. And of course, I know you're going to tell me, but I'm going to have plenty of time to do it then. Why should I start now? So I'm going to start with the ugliest part of my suggestions first, which is practice your writing, right? There's going to be some of us who are going to say, but Carol, I have great writing skill. I'm a great writer. Yeah, that's what I thought too when I started law school. I thought I was a great writer. But here's the thing. Law school is going to require you to fine-tune your writing, and it's in a way that's one thing about the writing. So you have to get yourself into the habit of really fine-tuning your writing. And the flowery language, you know, like when you're doing a descriptive statement, for example, if you speak of your car as in one part, and then you talk about your vehicle on the other part, or your carriage in the third paragraph, in the legal world, if you say car, you say car throughout the whole story. Whatever your narrative is, if you say vehicle, you use vehicle in paragraph 1, vehicle in paragraph 2, and 3. Boring, but that's what you do. And fine-tuning your writing, another suggestion I have is going for the best way I can show you this and tell you what I mean about fine-tuning your writing is you take a statement like, we went down the street looking for a place to eat. That's your first statement. When you fine-tune it, you say, we drove for a couple of miles hoping to find a great place, a great sushi place for lunch. Now I really colored a picture, right? I said basically the same thing, but in the second statement, you kind of get an idea of it's not, you know, evening time, or it's not the wee hours of the morning. You just told your reader or your listener that you were looking for something to eat right in the middle of the day. And you said you wanted sushi, of all things, right? And you said you drove, not just went, like walked or ran, you drove. So those are the things, that's the kind of fine-tuning you're gonna have to do with your writing. Also, and the third thing about your writing that you have to look out for more is your use of pronouns. So, you know, he, she, it, us, we, them. Those things you have to be really specific about. And you know, you have to be careful, because even if you say she and you think that you're only talking about a male and a female, right? Harry and Sally, right, for example, and you think that you've already covered it, and it's clear that he you know, means Harry and she is Sally. For all you know, it could turn into he and she could be interchangeable as typos. So you really do want to make sure that you stick to being very specific, even if it was just in the paragraph before, so that you avoid any kind of misunderstanding about what you mean. So those are the three cautions and the three things that I suggest you should. So those are the three things you should fix in your writing and fine-tune. Watch your use of pronouns. Really get a lot more specific, make more complete statements, and use the same word again and again and again. So there's no mistake about what you're saying. And my next suggestion is the practicing your studying. You know, to practice your studying, you may want to just start going over your case books. Why not? Because the point of practicing your studying is to get you to get to feel get from working or sitting for 15-20 minutes at a time to, or if you did your undergrad work, right, you're used to at least sitting for 45 minutes, anywhere between 45 and an hour and a half, right, of studying. So you know what that feels like if you did your undergrad. And so you really want to get yourself from that, say, 15-20 minutes of studying into getting really familiar with how it feels like to sit for 2 and 3 hours at a time. So my suggestion is start first with your like half hour and then increase it the next week by 15 minutes and on until you're at least at the 2-hour mark, or hopefully the 3-hour mark. And of course that's got several advantages, and one of them is that your family is going to be used to, you're just done, you're absent for that amount of time, and you get a better feel for what it feels like to seriously study, so that you're going to feel almost like a full, when you sit down to eat, you're not going to feel like fulfilled until, or well, I don't know if the material can fulfill you, but you're not going to feel like you actually studied until you've sat for 2 hours. And that's the whole point, because you want to get yourself worked up to 3 hours, because the bar is going to be in that kind of a chunk, right? So you have to get used to what it feels like to sit for that amount of time. So that's the point about getting used to reading your cases. It doesn't hurt what it feels like to sit for like a couple of hours at a time eventually. And in my next video, I'm thinking I'm going to cover things like note-taking, because I've got a lot of pointers on that. And then on to the last and the easiest part, the most obvious part, is go and hang out at your school tour, get to feel what's around there, right? So you can plan on what kind of money are you going to be spending when you eat around there. Should you pack? Get your backpack ready. I usually just had my backpack and maybe a water bottle and some highlighters, and I had multicolored pens. Yes, I had a stack of rainbow pens, and I used to take them out every class session, and that I cover more of that in the note-taking part of my videos. But I did have rainbow colored pens, but I'll tell you, maybe they were clown notes, but shoot, I preferred those clown notes to anything, anytime, because I could really zip over to the information that I needed very quickly. So that's the one note-taking pointer in a nutshell. But your cases, you want to get into the habit of briefing those, and more than anything, what it's like to sit for a good while. So anyway, that's it for now. I will see y'all next time, where I'll either cover note-taking or some other thing. Anyway, see you next time. Bye.